Everyone, welcome to Inside Russia. My name is Konstantin and I am streaming live from the very heart of Russia, country's capital, Moscow. I am about 15 miles from the Kremlin. Can't get any closer to the very heart of Russia than I am right now. Thank you very much for joining my live stream. I hope that you will learn something new and interesting today. And before I start, I would like to clarify something. For the first time since I started my live streams on February 24th of 2022, I had sudden change of plans, so to speak. I had a change of live stream topic. About half an hour before starting this live stream, I decided to change the topic I had planned to do the stream about, and that was about Russian politics. Oh, my friends. I know a thing or two about Russian politics. Know quite well, actually. I know quite a few politicians, and I actually had a very good stream planned out for you. But more I thought of it, more I understood that this topic is very toxic and not very safe for me. And I don't lie in my streams, and if there's something that's not really great to say, not say, for example, I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather not talk about it. So I'm choosing this option, not to talk about it. Russian politics is not the safest of topics these days. Instead, I'm going to tell you of how lives of regular Russian people, including my life, have changed in the last 5 months. And I'm going to give you personal examples. I hope that you will like it, you will find it interesting. Without further ado, let's do it. If talking about changes in lives, before I start, my friends, I do know what is happening right next door in our neighboring country. I do understand, or I try to understand the horrors that are currently taking places there, the tragedy that's unfolding. I understand that they are having much tougher time than us. Unfortunately, lots of things I cannot talk about, and later in the stream I will tell you why. But I just want to acknowledge, I know, I understand, I'm very, very sorry about that. And I understand that they're having 1,000 times worse situation than us in Russia. And now to Russia. If talking about changes in lives, I can distinguish 4 major areas of life, including my life. I'm a very good example, actually. I'm a very typical, regular Russian person. A family man, a father, tens, hundreds of millions of people like me around. There are 4 areas. First is comforts. Second, finances and economy, living standard. Third, control. Fourth, morale, mood, general mood. Now, let's start with number 1, comforts. Some say creature comforts. It's really not creature comforts. It's just the comforts of everyday life or lack of comforts. Before February 24th, Russia was integrated into world's economy. You could get any services here in Russia that you could get anywhere else. You could buy any goods, any products, anything. Lots of people, lots of foreigners who visited Moscow, Russia, and Moscow and St. Petersburg, they were amazed. They would say something like, "This looks just like New York City. There's no difference." And yes, Moscow is was very much like New York City. So everything started changing since 24th of February. You know that a barrage of sanctions was placed upon Russia. Russian companies, so many companies decided to leave, and so many that were presented here, represented here inside Russia, they decided to leave, and there are so many companies, pretty much all the companies that provided services to inside Russia from the outside, they decided to stop that. At first, everyone was kind of lost and not understanding what was happening. Now, I'm talking about the creature comforts. I'm not talking about anything else, right? We all understood what was happening, and a lot of Russians were just dismayed by that. I'm talking about the comforts. We didn't know what was happening. The companies, the banks, the service providers, the retail stores, just waiting and seeing what was going to happen. You all know that the banking system, the Russian financial system, has been placed upon it's been basically isolated. So many banks were switched off SWIFT, international payment system. So many banks were placed up onto sanctions list, and basically no one can do business with them any longer. So many stores and businesses left Russia, and so many businesses stopped providing services to us. How has that influenced me personally? And let me give you a few examples. First of all, banking. I never used to carry my wallet, okay? Only when I drove for driver's license and car registration. I did all my banking through my cell phone. I actually made videos previously about Russian banking system, how it was convenient, but everything crashed when there was a mistake in the bank app and you couldn't, use your bank account any longer. So Apple Pay and Samsung Pay, Google Play, all those major players, they decided to stop, exclude Russian banks and Russians from their payment system. Apple Pay, I always used Apple Pay, no more. Lots of people used Google Market or Google Pay. Lots of people Samsung Pay. Forget it. Visa, MasterCard stopped working overseas. They still work inside Russia, but if you go to outside Russia, you basically need to bring cash, okay? So now, instead of paying everything with my cell phone, well, first of all, I have some cash, just in case, in my home. And I bring my wallet with credit cards or debit cards with Visa, MasterCard. Everyone accepts them. 100% of businesses in Russia. And if a business doesn't accept, I haven't seen a business like that. I simply don't buy service or good from there, It's their problem, not mine. But yet, I have not encountered a situation. Even if person or business does not accept payments, you can always send to his or her telephone number. In Russia, it's possible. You go into a bank application, and they give you a telephone number, and you make a wire transfer to the telephone number, and that's it. And telephone number is connected to the bank account of that person. One of my bank's applications stopped working, and I think it's due to the security reasons, because the technologies that the bank system, bank database is built is Western, and it's been sanctioned also that Western database service provider does not tender to Russia anymore. So I bring credit cards. Sometimes I use online banking. as for apparel, clothing, well, it's not. It's a fact that some of the clothing stores left Russia. Some of them returned. For example, Reserved returned, reopened. The ownership changed. The Polish family sold it, I think, to the Chinese or to Turkish, something like that. And they reopened. Some stores, there's a new brand R. Some same old Reserved. Same things. Even with Polish stickers on them. So they must manufacture in China someplace, and one part goes to Europe and all over the world, and another part from the same batch, goes to Russia. So anyway, that's what's happening. There is no deficit in terms of clothes. Like, there's plenty of everything. Okay, we really have not suffered in that department. Comforts, certain brands left. For example, H&M. My wife loved shopping at H&M. They're closed. There's no way around it. They're closed and they leave in Russia for good. Certain restaurants, well, two fast food chains closed. McDonald's and Starbucks. I never ate at McDonald's. It's very sad, and it's hurting psychologically. But no, that's a different part. But comfort. I never ate at McDonald's, so it doesn't bother me. I did drink coffee at Starbucks, but it was more of an emotional value for me because I still remember Starbucks from the USA when it was cool and good coffee and all of that. There's plenty of excellent coffee, better than Starbucks, everywhere around me, within walking distance from my house. Food. Certain foods started disappearing. It's hard for me to say now, but there's a feeling that quite a few things we cannot buy any longer. For example, not all stores carry Coca-Cola. Not like I'm a huge Coca-Cola drinker, but you can buy them. You used to be able to buy everywhere. Now, not everywhere. Some stores just out of it. And it's not resupplied, not being resupplied. Certain brands of cheese, certain sausages, but that's more of a exotic stuff because most foods here that are sold here in Russia, they're manufactured here, produced here in Russia, grown here in Russia. To say that I have suffered a lot from lack of certain foods, no. I've done numerous videos from supermarkets, and they just, you can see that there's plenty of everything. All is normal. Huge discomfort is that we cannot fly to certain places in Rostov. My second home was in Russia. My second home was in Rostov-on-Don, south of Russia, right on the border of Ukraine, and Rostov airport is closed because it's a no-fly zone, I guess. And all airports, and Rostov was the epicenter of, this, how do I say it? How do I say that right and safely, this shenanigans, okay? And all airports within 500 kilometers, 350 miles are closed also. In order to fly out to someplace, you must travel 7 hours by car, and that's the closest airport in operation. My wife Natasha just flew out of Volgograd. She had to drive for 7 hours. And now, south of Russia is a huge agricultural, it's basically breadbasket of Europe and a good part of the world, It's huge agricultural center, and it's harvest time. So you see lots of huge trucks hauling harvest back and forth, and they create traffic, and it lasts for 2 months usually, July and August. And then eases up in September, and now it's really bad time, to travel, and we have to travel, 7 hours to closest airport. Just to let you know that from Rostov to Moscow is 12-hour drive. So that's huge. If you fly outside of Russia, no problem with getting you money or paying for stuff. A lot of people, especially a lot of foreigners, under impression that this isolation, financial isolation of Russian banks influences us much. I went to Uzbekistan and I brought right before the flight out. I went to a bank and I opened an account and they gave me an instant card. It's called Mir World Pay. It's a Russian 100% Russian system, and all neighboring countries, not European countries, but the CIS countries, Turkey, I think even Dubai, they're all banks connected to the system. So basically, I can use a card and a bank machine in Uzbekistan, in Turkey, to withdraw money or to pay for goods and services as easy as if I was in Russia. Okay, so not a problem, not even like very minor inconveniences, very minor lack of comfort. Cars, that's worse. Cars are not sold anywhere. In Russia, they're finishing up selling stock. The cars had been brought to Russia before February 24th, and most of Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Volvo dealerships have been closed. Their future is absolutely unknown. The cars, if you want to buy a foreign car, you still can do that, but you're going to pay at least twice as much as it used to cost. Crazy situation. Forget about buying brand new car. Russian new car also shortage because there are so many foreign made parts used in Russian cars that they just don't manufacture Russian cars any longer. They don't have the parts. And the Chinese are sold and South Koreans are sold, but that's the only two countries that sell their cars. But also they are very expensive. Very, very expensive. What else? We've stopped taking vacations abroad. Incredibly expensive, unbelievably expensive. Just to give you a comparison, I priced a vacation in Turkey for 7 nights for my family of five, two adults, 5-year-old, 19-year-old, and 15-year-old, and we usually get two rooms. Last year in August, we went to Turkey to a real modest hotel because we were on budget. And for 7 nights, we ended up paying 180 plus thousand rubles. $2,800, something like that. Same hotel, same time, same rooms, same location, same everything, same people, same family. $11,000. $11,000. You do the math. We're not going to Turkey because this is crazy. This year, it's insane. This huge problem is because too few planes. Most Russian airlines have most planes made by Boeing, Airbus, but they cannot fly them outside of Russia because the moment the planes get land, they will be arrested and returned to Western leasing companies that lease them to Russian airlines. Anyway, it's just Russian airlines cannot fly foreign planes to foreign countries, and I would say majority, 90, 80% of their planes are made by Boeing, Airbus. That's why. So they fly Russian-made planes, the ones that they haven't put into junk. They're all very, very old. They steal from Soviet times. Huge mess. Then we cannot get visas to many countries, European countries, and we cannot travel to European countries directly. That's very bad inconvenience for us. Other than that, in terms of comforts, my life has not changed much. Like I said, instead of my mobile phone, I pay my credit card now. Certain things are much more difficult to outsource. For example, car parts for my wife's Lexus. Just a simple oil change becomes a very expensive adventure of finding the right kind of oil. Okay, but still, everything is doable. So it's not like a huge catastrophe happened and everything stopped. No, things have become less comfortable, more difficult, but they're definitely getting worse. Okay, but it's not a drop off. It's a slowly going down, so to speak. Okay, that's area number one. Area number two, and that's actually the least affected area. And area number two is huge and it's terrible. Economy and finances. I've covered so many times already what is happening with the Russian economy and what will happen. Forget about that ruble is very strong. I'm gonna release a video soon on the strength of ruble. As a matter of fact, I'm going to the Central Bank of Russia tomorrow and making a video about that. You will definitely learn the truth about strong ruble. Keep on tuning in. But despite strong ruble, when the ruble, is getting stronger, the prices, especially for the imported stuff, they need to be dropping down. No, sir. The prices went up, especially food price. It's everything: clothing prices, shoes prices. The only price that hasn't gone up much is gasoline. Everything else is up big time. I went shopping, clothing shopping tomorrow. Just a few examples. Nike has left Russia completely. New Balance. I like New Balance shoes. Used to cost 10, 11,000 rubles. Now for the same shoes, 19,000 rubles. Doubled. And that's a lot. You get the idea. It's a very good example. Food has gone on price. I've said it many, many times. Well, the biggest problem is Russian debt is under sanctions. Russia cannot borrow money any longer internationally. Russia cannot go and basically it's been isolated. It's an island, financial island. Okay, that's it. The second huge problem is that Russia does not sell as much oil and as much natural gas as it used to, and it's lost its best customers, fantastic customers, rich customers, European countries, and the situation will worsen. Okay, so imagine you have a household and you make $50,000 per year. Okay, and then you spend $45,000 per year. You save $5,000. That's the budget. Okay, all of a sudden you go to work and your boss tells you, hey, listen, are you going to be doing the same kind of work, but we're going to pay you $25,000 per year now? And you go, why? So because, the situation is not good. We lost lots of customers. So anyway, so you go home and you sit and you think, what should I do now? I'm going to be making 25 and I'm still spending 45. Okay, I got to cut lots of costs. And you're thinking, okay, my kids take dance classes, no more dance classes. We're saving up for college fund, no more college fund, and things like that. We got to cut on food. That's exactly what is going to happen to Russia. Russian budget is going to be cut off, perhaps not by 50%, but 30 or something like that. So it's huge, and huge uncertainty in the economy. And guess what? Banks have been placed under sanctions. Banks cannot borrow money. They cannot transfer money. They cannot make money any longer like they used to. And they have stopped financing different projects. They have stopped giving out loans. And that's the end of large infrastructure projects. Now these projects rely only on government funding, on government support. But you know what? Government is hurting already. The special military operation costs lots of money every day, and Russian government is trying to help the most important industries, such as food industry, the helping retirement people, but money is disappearing. We had some reserves, but hey, they're gonna go fast. So lots of large industrial infrastructural projects have been stopped. Lots of small businesses. That means that lots of companies gonna go bust. Have gone bust already. Lots of people on the streets. Unemployment is rising. Russian Ministry of Labor confirmed that unemployment for the first time and whatever rose started rising in June. That's a bad sign, and the government is admitting that. The problems are mounting. The problems are mounting. That's just, in a nutshell, that is a huge, I can't even say it's inconvenience. That's a tragedy for us, a catastrophe for the country. It just hasn't happened yet. Well, partially has happened. And there's, how do you say that? Отложенный, it's moved moved into the future. That's going to be happening more and more from now on for the next 6 months, for the next year. Anyway, we aren't going to see good times. Very bad times ahead of us. That's a huge problem, and that's pretty much, it drives other problems too. Like I said before, we have plenty of everything. We have food on the shelves. We have fully stocked shelves of food, fully stocked shelves of clothing, stuff like that. Some brands disappeared, but you know what? We're not gonna die without those brands, okay? We're not gonna die without McDonald's and things like that. But the thing is, people start having less and less money to spend, and that's where the problem is. You can have anything you want in the store, but as long as there are no customers, people don't have money, those stores are going to close very, very fast. And that's a huge problem. Third area of life that's been affected is control. Don't even get me started. Well, I started myself. Control, profound changes. New laws, new legislation, new paradigm of the country, new national idea. Okay, it all has resulted in new laws that regulate what we can and cannot say. Freedom of speech has been placed under control, so to speak. And that is huge. In my eyes, this is huge. One of my core values is freedom, and I see that freedom has been suffering. There have been laws, said many times, you know what kind of laws, but no one explained why. They just saying, oh, there's a new law, live it, live with it, take it. But no one is saying, we made this law for this and for that. They don't bother. For the first time since the collapse of the USSR, I feel like the state has completely separated from the people, and the state has become a separate entity that started controlling people. And I see the trend for the increased control, and the state has tasted the blood. It understood that it can get away with lots of things, and this is so dangerous. That's terrifying. That's one of the things that I'm terrified about. Okay, that's control. Number 3. Has it affected my life? You better believe it, because I bite my tongue. I don't say what I want to say quite often, and I have to watch every single day when I live stream, when I speak to people, when I write something publicly, someplace. I must watch what I say. So it has. This is my personal tragedy. Okay, I don't like it anything more than anything. Okay, and taking a step back, has changes in in area number two of my life happened. Economy. Did I start making less money? Did me personally? Yes and no. I have a daytime job, and that job is pretty much on pause due to we are large infrastructure projects, and like I said, not the best time. Uncertainty, lack of financing. People don't understand why, when, how, what for. Lots of investment plans have been just rendered useless and so forth. So my company is just one of the hundreds, perhaps thousands of companies that just doesn't understand what's going to be in the future. Therefore, my job is hanging on a thread. I'm doing worse financially because I things cost much more now. Like I said, food, apparel, services, everything. So if I didn't have extra income, I would be really struggling. I said yes and no. Yes has been affected because prices have gone up. My salary hasn't gone up, and I don't know what's going to happen within a month or so. Will I have a job or not? I won't even go there. But no, I have not been affected because I receive extra income from YouTube, and that just basically covers the extra price increases and everything, So that I'm definitely not complaining here. YouTube, most of anything, it has given me ability to not fret about prices when I go do food shopping every day. Okay, that's thank you for that, and thank you too. And thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for participating in the live streams, and thanks for giving me super chats. That has made me much more confident that financially I'm stable. Financially, even if I lose my job soon, financially I'll be able to feed my family. That's huge. That's one of the I don't know what I would do without that feeling. Okay, I'd be very, very uncomfortable. Everything else would be not incomparable with that. So that's how my life changed in the area number three. In the area number two, finance, economy, work, finances. Number three, control, well, not complete, but has tightened a great deal. An area of life number four is morale and mood. And oh gosh, this has probably the biggest change for me. I have not been so depressed, so feeling so down, feeling at times I just feel dismayed. I'm ready to break down when I hear this terrible news. Once in a while they happen. I don't understand why. I don't understand what is the reason for that. I don't. What. Sometimes I think that I've gone mad, and just like it's a bad dream. And you know, Ukrainians die, Russians die. What the fudge is going on? This is like a bad dream. It's impossible. People were telling, before the new year, before February, and I was just laughing at them. I said, you gotta be absolutely insane to believe that. And at first, my heart was bleeding. A lot of people were feeling same as I was. It was just like sharp pain. After a while, the sharp pain has gone away, went away, and it turned into a dull pain. But that pain is like always in me, always, and I don't know what to do. Lots of people feel the same way, or fairly similar. Lots of people depressed. It's really easy to say. You go on the street in Rostov. Moscow, too many people. I still yet to understand Moscow. But you go to Rostov, you look around, and it's just like regular people. They're not rich. They don't make much money. They're the retirees, the pensioners, people who work, but they make, 30,000, 40,000 rubles. That's a good salary in Rostov. That's what, like $300-400 per month. And they feel, you can see it in their eyes. They don't know what's going on. They are afraid. They're crushed. It's really, it's really tough to look at men sometimes, grown men my age. You know what the worst fear, my worst nightmare, not being able to provide to my family, not being able to feed my kids, and not being able to be a protection for them. And I see that in many, many men's eyes. I know them. They are me. I know middle-aged men very well. I know fathers, okay? We have the same feelings. And I have managed to do very well in my life. I worked hard for it, but some people not so fortunate in Russia, and actually quite a few of them. And I don't blame them for some reasons. It doesn't matter, okay? Perhaps they're lazy, perhaps they're dumb, perhaps they're smart, but something didn't work out. Perhaps, they made a mistake. Perhaps it's just bad luck. It does not matter, okay? The thing is, I see lots of men, I don't know how to say that, dismayed? What's this word? Like, especially you can see it when they do food shopping, when they, take something on a shelf and they look at it for a minute, and I can understand that something click in their heads. They're trying to find out how much they can afford, and then sometimes they put that back, okay, and they go for something cheaper. And then you look at this able man who's like 30 or 40 or even 50, and you understand that he struggles. He can't afford many things, and he fears that he's not a provider. He feels so bad about himself. You know, that's that's the general mood. Everyone, not I shouldn't say everyone, but a lot of people around, this joy is gone. You know, people don't smile, they don't look up, they kind of look down all the time. It's very subjective, and it's very hard for me to explain, but it's you feel it. You feel it when you get into a crowd. Moscow is too large. I haven't understood. I've been in Moscow for like 3 days. I haven't understood what's happening here, just the visuals. But in Rostov, I go inside. Okay, I go among people. I go to a market. I go to a store. Like, I'm out all the time. I see what's going on around me, and it's hard to explain, but I feel it. And in my eyes, in my understanding, it's a tragedy because it can't be good. We are born and we live to be happy. Okay, if we work, if we behave decently, if we, don't break the law, we should be, leading. We should be happy. We should have joy in our lives because that's what it's all about. And the joy is gone. The happiness is not there. This is a holiday season in Russia. It's very long awaited time. Month of July and August, and people usually so happy. They take months off, they drive, they fly, they go someplace, have vacations. Nothing remotely close to what I used to see. And area of our lives number 4 in my classification. The general mood is down, low. Morale is low. People ask lots of questions. They are afraid and feared to talk about certain topics, and it's only been 5 months since this new law is introduced, but they have taken a toll on people's minds already. And this is not good. Definitely, things have changed. Again, to sum up about myself, I definitely have joy left my life. I have happiness not there any longer. I try to concentrate on things that are very dear to me, my kids, my wife, my family, and it helps, but not much. It kind of like takes my mind off certain things, but you can't do that for a long time. They return. It's gotten so bad that I've decided to stop streaming every Saturday. Light-hearted streams. I walked around and I literally felt sick inside, bad, heavy because um, there was a huge fight inside of me. I see this Russia, nice, everything's wonderful and good. What's going on? And then I close my eyes and I see a different picture. And just these two realities, they conflict inside of my head. And I've decided I can't do that any longer. So I definitely have been affected. I don't know what to do. I don't think any of us know. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope for the best. Can't say that I fear the most, but I definitely fear some things. And I admit that. Um, that's pretty much it. Hasn't been really the message, but it's been my explanation of what has happened, what has changed in our lives. I hope you found it valuable and interesting, and I hope that it helps to explain what is going on currently, today, right now, as in this very second inside of Russia, inside of Russian people's heads. I hope you like it. Not too much time left for conversing. Some streams are lighthearted and some streams are not so lighthearted. The one has turned out to be not so lighthearted, but you know what? This is life. I don't complain. I do it consciously because life isn't all, uh, what do I say? Sugar and spice and everything nice. Especially these days. If you want to comment, and I definitely want you to comment, but please use common sense on things before you comment. Uh, Mods are really, really trying hard to keep this chat clean, so thank you so much. Toro 8 star is number 1 today. Howdy, howdy. Mommy, Kyle, Reese Gray, B-Man, RC, long time no see. Stacy Kengel, Lorna, Klaus Zeidler, Fernando, Jano Kubizna, Golden Griffon, Harry Potman. Howdy, friends, the usual suspects. It's really good to see you. These streams help me a great deal, help my mental state. It would have been so much more difficult if I didn't speak publicly, if I didn't hear anything from people from outside Russia. I frankly don't understand how other Russians deal with this situation. Perhaps some don't care. Some have thick skin, or some you call it whatever, and but not too many. I mean, there are different kinds of people and very sensitive people. I know so many Russians who care, who suffer. It must be taking toll on them, you know. Fernando has a question. Shoot. Kyle, hope things get better for all of us. I definitely feel down with all that stuff going on in the world and my own personal life. I can relate to putting things back on the shelf. Kyle, you know what scares me? Really scares me. If I didn't have YouTube income, which is quite significant these days, you know, I would be buying the cheapest stuff. And I don't even know how my wife and my kids would take it. They would probably be understanding, and I'd be really treating that situation nicely. But I would be exploding inside, you know. Really, this just thinking about that I wouldn't be able to. Gosh, I don't understand how other people pulling it off. Look, I'm making lots of money considering the Russian standards, like much more than regular salary, 30 or 40,000 rubles. That usual salary in Russia. I make more than that on my daytime job, and yet, if not for YouTube money, I would be really struggling. I, these people, they must be sitting on bread and water. Okay. So, couple super chats. Reese Gray, howdy, howdy. All from Canada, Mr. Popular. It's pretty depressing to hear about the diminished quality of life in Russia. I'm afraid it's all just the beginning of the trouble for all of us. Agree with you. I'm sorry, but I agree. Pray for peace to return. Reese, I agree. And you know what? Another guilt that I feel is that other countries are not doing well financially. Things are going downwards. And you know what? Russia is the cause. It all comes from Russia. It's a ripple effect. You throw a pebble into a pond and there are waves. There's like epicenter and the waves go round and far out, you know. And this is what's happening. And that's Russia's actions, okay? Not 100%, but some of it definitely. So thanks for the super chat, my friend. And yeah, you didn't have a question. You related to what I said. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Liz Dumbrell, thank you for £5. It's grief. You are grieving your loss of the happy, carefree life. I'm definitely grieving, but it's not really. I don't think it's happy life I'm grieving. I'm grieving this situation. I'm grieving that people die. I'm grieving that my country all of a sudden took a turn someplace, okay? And then I don't understand where we're going. I'm grieving for my friends in Ukraine whose lives also took sharp turn. And they don't understand why. That's what my loss and my grief is. We have a couple new sponsors, Rick Hamilton and Jürgen Wyman. Thank you so much for joining the sponsorship program. Thank you. Lorraine Presnowski, thank you so much for $10. No message, but this message is strong enough. Moy NYP, all of a sudden you changed into a different money. QAR. Remind me what it is. Your sentiments are shared by many around the world. Thank you. SF Joe. King Kong, you're appreciated and loved by many. Thank you so much. My friend, I recently saw your email. I'm gonna reply. Sorry it took me a little longer, but my schedule kind of, everything was put on hold till Friday evening for that huge event that I participated in. So thanks for the email. We'll definitely answer. Thanks for the super chat. And thanks for the message. How is Natasha doing and how last 5 months affecting her job? We miss her. Natasha has, well, she doesn't have a steady job. She's on contracts, projects. Her project started around February, and it's not February, March, and it's about to end in August, and that's it. She doesn't have a job. She's yeah. We discuss everything together. I show her. She sees the comments. She's very active in with my channel, so she knows about your comments, and she watches streams sometimes. So thank you so much, and I'll tell her that. Overall, trying to deal with this. What can we do? $5 from John Wakamatsu. Buy some tea and do not worry too much. I can't. I can't not worry too much. This is right here, John. I wish I would just give anything to have the switch inside of me someplace. I would just ching and I'm happy again. Gosh, that'd be so good. Thanks. I'm buying some more tea once I'm back to Rostov in a few days. Buying some good stuff. Mlesna from Ceylon. Highland tea. Thank you, my friend. Wish I had that switch, but I don't have it. I can't. I can't just not to worry too much. Sas Kicker. Sas Kicker. I like the name. Unfortunately, I have a very hard time pronouncing it. I'm sorry, my friend. Thanks for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Very much needed. Thank you. Taras Kulik. God bless you. Do. Thank you. Thank you so much. Taras, I'm trying. I'm trying. Like I said, it's really therapeutic for me. Not even therapeutic. It's just somehow it makes me feel better after the streams. And after the hardest stream I had was a couple weeks ago after that certain hit of a missile, in Ukraine. And I was done with that. It was like the hardest stream ever. I was done with that, and I felt like not as bad. I felt a little lighter. I had so many good comments, so much love sent my way, and that helps. It's like I can almost feel it physical, in a physical way. So thank you so much for super chat, and thanks for the message. A lot of people come and watch, and it means that they like what they see. They somehow relate. They learn something new, something useful for them. A lot of people lately started bashing me in the comments, saying, "Why do you say what you say? We know that without you already. Do something else." Okay. I think what I do is very important because I give some insights, some looks that are absolutely unique that you cannot find anywhere else. I talk about things that I come up with. I don't go out and read about them and then just tell you stories that I heard somewhere. Everything is born right here in my heart, in my head, and lots of it is unique. RW, Great to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you, my friend. My family keeps your family in our thoughts all the time. I hope you can find some peace. We also care about all the suffering folks in your part of the world. Thank you so much. Peace, 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 peace. Well, first of all, in order to find peace, there must be real peace. There must be no bloodshed in Ukraine. They must be stopped to special military operation. When that is going to happen, I was really, really hoping that it would not last long. They were signs. One of the signs in my mind was that Russian airports in the south of Russia were closed for, I think, 2 weeks at a time. That kind of gave hope that people who closed airports, they knew what they were doing, why they were closing airports for that period of time, and it would be over soon. But then 2 weeks went by, then another 2 weeks, and so forth. And what they do now is they, what's this word? Extending this closure of all airports near Ukraine every couple of weeks or so. There were a couple other hints that it would not last long, but it's gonna be 5 months in a few days, and this is like, what is this? So in order to find peace, they must be stopped to this first, and then somehow we will start trying to rebuild ourselves. Anyway, thank you so much for the support, and thanks for the words. Support's great, but the words and the message is priceless. Thank you so much. Yodi Racer, thank you. Stay strong. Praying for you and your family. Much needed praying. Please keep on doing that. I pray too. And by the way, my pray book is not here. Mods, it's 1 hour. My message was, I thought it would be actually, I thought my message would be short today, 15-20 minutes by most, but I guess not so easy to tell about the changes that have taken place. So, mods, if we could go for about 15 more minutes, I'd really appreciate that. If not, just please let me know. There's a message from Frank in Texas. Howdy, my friend. Most of us are stressed out also. I know, and that's terrible. That's terrible. We should all be happy. It's fantastic time. It's summertime. It's vacation time in Russia. In Ukraine. Let me tell you this. We used to vacate every single year. At first, it was myself. When I was single, I would just fly to Turkey. Never to Egypt in the summertime. It's too hot. But Turkey is perfect in the summer. Greece, Italy, I like them too, but somehow I like Turkey the best. And it was not just Russians, it was always Ukrainians, 50-50. If it's a hotel you check into, people speak Russian, but that's 50-50. 50% usually from eastern Ukraine, from Kyiv, many people. And we were like one family. We never had any conflicts, fights. No one would even think about that. I remember back in that was Egypt, New Year of 2008, there was a huge crisis between Russian government, Ukrainian government. We were trying to sign a new gas delivery contract, long-term contract, negotiating the price. Russians kept the price high. Ukrainians were trying to negotiate down, and it was a huge and big deal. But we were in a hotel in Egypt, 50-50, Ukrainians and Russians, and we actually were drinking together, and we're laughing about that. Okay, we're discussing that. We were celebrating New Year together. Okay. Uh, and now, so this is Frank, this is a really happy time of a year in Russia. It's the best time, July, August. But it feels like the worst, man. I actually was feeling okay with before the stream, but now I'm kind of thrown off a little bit. I'm sorry. Sean, thanks for the super chat. That's huge. Thank you. I appreciate that. Much needed and very, very much appreciated. The only way for all of us to make it through is to do what we can to help and support each other. Thank you for your help and keep us connected and aware. Big hugs, my friend. I like how you call me. Thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate it. Well, I keep on showing up. The only times I didn't show up were when I couldn't. Physically, I could not. Um, Other than that, you can count on me. Amir, appreciate your streams, your observations, and your heart. Your prayers are uplifting. Prayers do work. Love your family. Make a difference. Amir, thank you so much. I have a message, personal message for you. I wrote email back to your large, like big email, but it's in the draft. Somehow it was not sent out. Recently noticed it. I don't know why. Anyway, just to let you know, I did not ignore you. Something happened. I will resend it so you receive it. Thanks for the support. And Liz, again, thank you so much for the second. You are becoming a serial super chatter. Golden Griffon is a person who's been here since probably, I think even before Lorna and Mommy joined. It was way back in February of 2020. Yeah, January 2020. So long time ago. And very important message. Thank you. Feel so bad for everyone involved. The worst part of it, so I can't do anything but pray. I feel so helpless. My feelings exactly. I feel helpless. I feel there's not much I can do. I try, but I think what my tries are so meager. They're so like non-important in the large scale of things, and I feel like all I can do is also to pray. That's it. Mr. Boot, inside Russia, we want to collab with you and Vasya in the Hay. I watch Vasya in the Hay. Fantastic guy. Fantastic stuff. Very sad. But he really shows, he goes to places I don't dare to go. To be honest with you, it's too dark there. You know, it's too painful. When you see this human tragedy, it's really hard to film and it's hard to follow through. Collab with Vasya. Well, first of all, Vasya and Hey probably doesn't even know that my channel exists. I've never heard him being any part of the communities, or he does fantastic work on his own. And I don't know. I would love to do something with him because I rate him highly. I think he's doing the most important work among all Russian English speaking YouTubers. So I would like that. I would like that very much. There's a message from Joy. Do you know much about World Economic Forum? Is Russia part of it? Joy, I do know quite a bit. Sometimes I feel like I know a lot on everything. Yes, I do. Klaus Schwab and his buddies. Russia has participated in the World Economic Forum in Davos. I've been personally to Davos, but I skied there once, not as a part of Economic Forum. Very nice, cute Swiss village in the Alps, High Alps. Very nice place. Russia attended, and I think it attends every single year, but it's not a major player. Russia, if there is an agenda in World Economic Forum, I just don't know whether it's true or not. Okay, I just don't know. But if, let's say, if it's true in this agenda and then a lot of countries, people participate, that I don't think Russia is a part of it because, well, it's clearly seen right now. If Russia was a part of it, it would never do what it has done because it goes against this agenda, right? Suppose agenda. Russia would just play along. Instead, it has alienated itself and it's trying to change or has changed the way the world works. And I don't think that's the agenda of the World Economic Forum, if there's one. Okay. So that's a very short answer. Glass Fuse Muse, thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks. That's no words, no message, but then 10 pounds is very strong message by itself. Так, 9 minutes. Michael Derom, thank you so much. Rico Suave, there's a message. With these new sanctions, what would happen to Russian economy is the price of oil falls back down to $60 per barrel like it was last year. You see, it's not even that. It's not even that. It's a bigger problem. Rico, it does not, soon it will not matter how much oil will cost because no one will be buying Russian oil. Okay, we could have, I think we will have all the oil we want for ourselves. Okay, and that's the biggest problem because our customers, long trusted, loyal, well-paying, with highest credit rating, European countries are turning away from us. They don't want to buy our oil any longer. There's a new the set of sanctions that forbids European companies buy Russian oil in December, I believe. I have no clue what we're gonna do then. It's. I give you this example with household. You make $50,000 per year and you spend 45. All of a sudden, you take 50% cut in what you make, but your expenses stay the same. What do? This is what Russia's gonna do. I don't know. Thanks for support. I hope I answered your question. Upuata, there will be ever countries like India, China, or South Africa will buy Russian oil as they also do now. You know how much are they paying right now? Fraction of the price. Because, hey, they're not stupid. They're actually very shrewd. If no one else buys and Russia needs to sell desperately, Russia will take any price. And in the future, the price will go down. Good question from Art Goddess 80. I appreciate enjoy insights into the life of normal Russian citizen. Would you consider your perspective and lifestyle middle class? Upper middle class. Yes, upper middle class. That's what I am. I can afford more than most Russians can, but I'm not rich. Uh, I have like a house, apartment, couple cars, and I spend as much as I make. That's I take vacations, one vacation every year. That's pretty much. I don't have any stock. I don't have any savings, like 401k or anything like that. So upper middle class. In Russia, I think I'm considered highly paid professional, like white collar executive. Well, I am C-level executive, but the thing is, the business is kind of flopping down. Time's up. I see, my friends. Thank you. Um, Let me just 1 second. I'm gonna grab my books with names. Who to pray for? I forgot to bring them. Hang on. Don't leave. Here they are. Made you laugh saying, I just have a couple of cars. What's so funny about it? I have a car, my wife has a car, and most people in the United States have two cars. And my cars are older than 90% of yours. Mine is 11 years old now, and Natasha's is also something like 11 years old. They're in good shape, but they're old cars. We don't replace cars every 3 years like most Americans do, and a lot of Russians are. Nah, not a lot of Russians, just some, some. Okay, that's Kyle. Exactly. If you have jobs, Natasha. Well, we could get away with one vehicle, really, but Natasha, it's the remnants of her being very independent, having her own business. She doesn't want to let the car go. That's one of the symbols of that thing that life. You know what I mean? And I don't mind because we not desperate for money. We don't need to sell it for food or anything like that. So she has it. It makes her a little happier. That's fine. Now it costs an arm and a leg to maintain it because you need Japanese oil, Japanese car parts, and cost like 3 times than it used to. But again, no big deal. My friends, let's pray. It's been a very strange and tough stream today. Not so lighthearted. Dear Jesus, please help stop bloodshed in Ukraine. Bring the end of this situation as soon as possible. Please help us. Help Ukrainians. Help Russians. Help all who have been affected. Reach out the leaders who make decisions and fill their hearts with love, mercy, forgiveness, compassion, anything that's needed to stop the bloodshed. Please reach out to all the big guys, Joe Biden, Vladimir Putin, Zelensky, Scholz, just whoever makes decision, please. Thank you for giving us food on our tables, roofs over our heads, and surrounding us with people who we love and care for and who love and care for us. Thank you. Please help our children, keep them safe, protect them, and keep them healthy. Please please help every single person in Ukraine who has been affected by this tragedy, and send angels to help and hear their prayers, answer their prayers, make their wishes come true, give them strength. A lot of people need strength these days. Help my country. Send an army of strongest, toughest angels with sharpest swords, led by Saint Michael, to get rid of the demons who have hijacked my country, and have angels run it again and make it righteous, make it good. Thank you for bringing us into this community so we have an opportunity to talk and to pray together. Thank you so much, and help everyone who is praying with me right now or watching us pray. Please help pregnant women, every single woman in the world who is trying to make a decision whether to keep baby or not. Talk to every single woman like that, in that position, and reach out and touch her heart, their hearts, so they make the right decision. Please help every single person who had to flee the country running for his or her life. Help to resettle, and help, please send good people to those who need help. I would like to ask for a few people who reached out to me. They are 9 Veka, Michael, Elena, Natasha, Jake, Michael, Oля, Dasha, Sky, Bonnie and Igor, Buzz and Mary, Jean-Paul, Paula, Janine, Michael, Marlene, Narnian Lady, Freddie, Susan S., Sabrina, Fiona, Susan, Alan, Stephen, Chris, Michelin, Priscilla, Martin, Donald from Wisconsin, who always asks for himself and separately for his country, the United States of America, Allison and Dave Moyers. I found Waldo. Please give her strength. Liz, Deborah, Ariana, Liz, Bruce, Kayleen, Michael, Thomas, Tony, Bob, Jessica, Minutes to Midnight, and Sandy. I would like to ask for everyone who's down with COVID-19, please help. Please send strength and health to recover soon. To everyone who is waiting for news about health results of blood works and things like that, and just worrying, please help people like in that position. Just give them good news, so that everything works out for them. And I would like to ask specifically for 3 children. They're Maverick, Sebastian, and Britzel Andrews. These kids need miracles, and their families really want miracles from you. Please show your greatness. Create miracles. These children need to be healthy, and they need to go back to their families. Please help them, their families, and us who are praying for these children. Thank you, dear God. Jesus, amen. My friends, thank you so much for joining. It's been another stream. Can't say it was the easiest one I've done. It's quite hard, but hey, it's life. I will see you tomorrow with a new message. Thank you. Till the next time.